Hey everybody, it's the Bass Junkie. Appreciate you guys tuning into this video and everyone that got the chance to watch my latest El Salto, Mexico videos. I will link those below. And again, what we're going to talk about today, this is a little bit different of a video. It's on how to make your own jigs. This is gonna, like I titled the video, it's gonna save you a lot of money compared to buying a pre-made jig from your tackle warehouses or your other retail stores. So I'm gonna walk through my process in creating my jigs, what I like, what I don't like to do, and the reasons for or benefits to, again, making your own. So what I like to do is I start out by, I always stock all of my favorite skirt materials. So in this box you will see some of my favorites, my green pumpkins, a lot of blues mixed in there, some watermelon as well, PB&Js for the fall, I really like that. So just stock favorite colors. I also keep my banding tool within my box. So this is always on my boat so I can make skirts as I need them. So that's what you're gonna need. This tool right here, I believe they make a different version of it on Tackle Warehouse now, but I'll link that one below. You're gonna need a banding tool. You are gonna need your banding materials here. These come in, I like the black color, come in a 100 pack. This Boss Outdoors head, this is their finesse jig head, but they make a lot of other great styles, and that's why the number one reason why I like to make my own jigs is because of the head selection that Boss Outdoors offers. I mean, these are dirt cheap, but they are awesome. Great stout hook, and the options for the jig heads limitless. I mean, you got dock jigs, Archies heads, you got heavy cover flipping jigs, you got normal flipping jigs, got all the way up to an ounce and a half, I believe. And then swim jigs. So they offer just about everything for you. This is the finesse jig, like I had said, so we're gonna make one for you today. Right out of the package, I just pull this jig head out. Really, again, stout hook, even though it's a finesse jig, it's a little bit of a light wire, but you can tell that thing is sharp. And then this is just really good for skipping, flipping with a light line. It's a slow fall, so really, really great springtime jig. I like this in the spring. So we'll put that off to the side for now. So to start your jig skirt process, what I do is, depending on the style of jig you're going for, is how many strands I'll use. But I'll usually use one full size and then two halves for this finesse. But with my flipping jigs, I'll do two full and then one half. So for this one, we'll do our full strand, and then I put my brighter color on top. So that's what that's gonna look like. Just layer them on top of each other. And what we will do is we are going to take our rubber collar here. You're gonna place that rubber collar onto the tool here and spread that out. Then you take your 3 strands, sometimes it just takes a little bit of effort to push those through. Not a big deal. But then one thing to keep in mind, what you're going to want to do is, I always have it a little bit off to one side. I don't have it perfectly in the middle, and I'll tell you why in a second. So you close that up and it's made. So you pull the material back through. So this is the jig skirt as you see it after pulling it out of our banding tool. So the reason why I like to put it off to one side a little bit more, once you put it on the jig, you want the top layer that spreads out over the bottom, you want that to be longer so it comes out about even. So what I'll do is I'll start the trimming process. So I'll take my scissors, I'll just trim off these tabs. So that's what I get. All right, so this is the jig skirt after you pull it off the tool. And we cut the tabs off. So you look for the longer side and see it kind of lays over a little bit longer. So what you'll do is you take your jig head and just put it down in through the middle, and you'll run that band, that collar, up snug against the jig head. So now from here, and I apologize, I don't have my hair scissors, and yes, it's a hair scissors, and it might be really awkward for you to go into one of those beauty stores. You might have to send your girlfriend or wife in to get it. but they have the hair scissors there. It's really nice to be able to just snip up some of this jig material, and it does it unevenly because there's gaps in between the scissors. So it just makes it look like it's been used, but it's still a brand new jig, and I just really like that look. I learned that from Greg Hackney. So I'll just pull some of these strands out, get it looking nice and even a little bit. Maybe it's a few strands a little bit longer and shorter than the others, just a little bit uneven. But then I will also, another step I'll do is I'll cut this weed guard up a little bit. And so what I want is I want that to just be right over the jig tip there. So that's really it. That's gonna be our jig, and should probably trim this up a little bit. So that's our finished jig right here. And so to cap off this video, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the cost. This pack of jig heads is, I don't know, $4 for 4 or 5 of them. You got these. This is Naked Baits skirt material. Comes in a 20 pack, full strands. And then you got your collars, which are fractions of a penny. And you buy, this is a one-time cost with the tool to make your bands. And so all in, I kind of factored in what these jigs cost to make on your own. And it's roughly, I would say, about $1.50, $1.75 for each jig. Now you compare that to retail and you look at some of the other ones. I mean, starting out $3.50 all the way up to $6, $7 a piece for a jig on Tackle Warehouse. And even, I should say, even higher than that for tungsten. But the customization of this, being able to do your own jig heads, your own colors, I mean, the fact that, they have every jig head style that you want, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then that leads into doing hair jigs and chatterbaits and swim jigs. I mean, it's endless of the ideas you can come up with. And it's actually turned into a hobby for me. I have a background, I worked with North Star Custom Baits doing jigs, and it's just always kind of been ingrained in me, and I really enjoy it. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it, and again, save a lot of money on the water. Enjoy, and Tight Lines this upcoming season. Thanks, guys.